from our experience, what we found is that it is a distinct challenge for human resources decision makers around the region to balance so many different factors. It's often said to me by our clients that they talk to their US compatriots, for example, people at the same level, and seem to have a little bit of a discord where their colleague based in the States may have 1 or 2 countries to look after, whereas they may have anywhere up to 8 or 10. So what we do, and we work with clients about, and I think a growing area for HR practitioners to consider in this part of the world, is how to actually get a balance between those things that need to be similar, for example policies and procedures, and those that need to be customised to the local environment. And this is where our partnership is with People's HR is very valuable in relation to, we see a benefit or an ability to marry these two things together, one from a system point of view and secondly from a design aspect in relation to the policies and procedures that we work on. So our advice when it comes to clients, and something to take from this, is when you come to actually put your HR minutiae together, you come to put to your HR policies and procedures on a regional basis, is firstly look at the similarity, look at your purpose and diagnose exactly what you're trying to achieve, and ensure that that's not lost in the process. And once you've done that, then look at the ancillary issues that affect each part of your operation, and whether it's by utilising good drafting, or in particularly once that's done, utilising HR's platform in order to be able to create an ease of use for each of the employee groups that might be within your region that is sound advice within the current environment. So I'm often asked by HR professionals and company leaders within APAC is, how do I actually approach a number of our HR initiatives, particularly where that requires employee communication across many countries. And I've got 5 standard rules that are meant to be basic and guidelines to follow when it comes to approaching that task. Accuracy, simplicity, effectiveness, integrity and absorption. And let me explain each of them. Now I start with accuracy because particularly if you're going to be employing a process or a procedure that has an element of compliance in it or relates to the observance of the company to internal and external expectations, it's got to be right. There's absolutely no purpose in endeavouring upon anything if it's misinterpretable or it doesn't actually achieve the risk mitigation that it's intended to be structured for. Second is simplicity. Although there's a lot of terms in the world of HR which often make things somewhat difficult to understand, when you're talking about things that relate to employee communication, particularly when you're trying to create a level platform between your employee groups on a multinational basis, keeping it simple is absolutely key, and that goes from everything from the format of a document through to the language used. Thirdly, effectiveness. Any initiative, whether it's paper-based or whether it's delivered through training, is never going to be effective unless there's a true eye to that being a key pillar of the initiative moreover. So questioning whether people are actually understanding the purpose of the initiative, are able to question and provide feedback is absolutely crucial. Integrity. Somewhat different to effectiveness and the others I've talked about. Integrity of the actual initiative. So how are the employees actually understanding the message that's being provided? How are they actually viewing the attempts that are being made by the company? This is absolutely key, because what can happen is that you will find some regional or domestic initiatives that have maybe not been executed the best way with a view to the integrity, and unfortunately culturally they've been received in completely the diametrical opposite way that they were intended. So keeping that point in mind is very, very important. And the last one is absorption. So what is absorption? Well, that's the actual key of effectiveness. So once you've done your implementation, once you've rolled out your initiative, it's really important to actually review and make sure that it is meeting its original intention, and where it's needed, some tweaking can be done.